Picture two farmers. Both grow grain crops. Both have 1,000 acres. Same soil, same climate, same crops. The difference comes down to just one decision they made 10 years ago: how to upgrade their equipment fleet. The first one bought a new combine for $450,000 and a new tractor for $320,000. The second took a used combine, 5 years old, for $220,000 and a 3-year-old tractor for $180,000. Today, 10 years later, the first farmer has spent over $600,000 on this equipment fleet. The second just $340,000. He saved almost $300,000. $250,000. On the same exact tasks, the same exact work. $300,000. That's the price of a nice house. Or another combine. Or sending 3 kids to college. And here's the key question: which one of them actually operated more efficiently? The answer will surprise you. Because the story turned out to be far less straightforward than I expected when I started this breakdown. First season, 2016. Mike with his new equipment feels like a king. The combine works like clockwork. The tractor pulls the plow effortlessly, GPS systems draw perfectly straight lines. No problems, no delays. Warranty covers everything. The dealer smiles and waves. The only expenses are scheduled maintenance, which is included in the warranty service. Basically zero additional costs on both machines. Tom, meanwhile, is getting to know his equipment up close. The combine made it through their first harvest fine, but in the second week, hydraulics started leaking. Repair. $800. The tractor was simpler, just belt replacement for $300 and oil. By the end of the first year, the service bill came to $3,200 for both machines. Mike laughs at Tom over a beer. I told you by new, sleep easy. Second year. Mike still has clear skies. One sensor on the combine started glitching, warranty covered the part, labor was $200. The tractor had no problems at all. Tom's situation is more serious. The combine had a bearing fail and the threshing drum $4,800 in repairs plus 3 days of downtime, which cost about $8,000 in lost harvest. The tractor's front axle started leaking, repair cost $1,200. Regular maintenance on both machines another $2,000. For the year, $8,000 in service plus $8,000 in losses. Mike continues smiling smugly. Third year. Mike's factory warranty is ending. Over 3 years, his additional expenses totaled just $900 for both machines. Excellent. The equipment gleams, runs flawlessly, neighbors are envious. Tom's third year is calmer. Combine filter changes, oil, a few minor things. The tractor needs clutch replacement, which is normal for that mileage, $2,800. Total for the year, $4,500. But here's the key: both he and his mechanic Joe now know this equipment inside and out. Every weak point, every issue. They are prepared for seasons in advance. Interim tally for 3 years. Mike. $900 in additional expenses for the entire fleet. Tom. $15,700 in expenses plus $8,000 in lost harvest. Total. $23,700 versus $900. The difference is huge. Seems like the choice is obvious. New wins hands down. But wait. That's only the first 3 years. Now comes the really interesting part. Fourth year, 2019. The warranty has ended on both of Mike's machines. And like clockwork, surprises begin. The combine is first to remind him. The header control module throws errors. The dealer sends a technician with a diagnostic computer, $800 just for diagnostics. Need to replace the unit for $2,300 plus labor $500. A month later, the grain moisture sensor another $1,200. The automatic adjustment system is acting up $2,000. The tractor decides to join in. The electronic hydraulic control system started freezing. The dealer shrugs. Need to update the firmware and replace the controller. $3,400. Then the cooling system radiator started leaking, another $1,700. For the fourth year, Mike spent $11,900 repairing both machines. This shocked him because he was used to the equipment not requiring investment. Tom lives differently this year. Combine preventive replacement of hydraulic hoses, belt updates, regular maintenance. $2,400. The tractor requires fuel system repair, several injectors need replacing $3,200. Service another $1,000. Total: 6,600 for the year. His equipment runs stable, all problem areas are already known and fixed. 5th year. Mike begins to understand the new reality. Modern equipment is complex electronics. And electronics require dealer service with their proprietary computers and software. Local mechanic Joe helplessly shrugs. The combine's GPS navigation system fails $5,300 in repairs. The tractor's autopilot brakes $4,800. Regular maintenance on both machines another $3,000. For the year, $13,100. Tom has a steady life. The combine requires starter replacement $700 and new sieves $2,800. Tractor transmission oil change, filters, minor stuff $1,900. Total: $5,400 for the year. 6th year. Mike's equipment is 6 years old, and wear is picking up speed. The combine requires sieve replacement $4,500, variable belt $1,200. The tractor needs a new clutch $3,400. Plus brake discs are worn $1,800. Maintenance on both machines another $4,000. Total: $14,900 for the year. Tom replaces elevator chains on the combine, bearings $3,200. On the tractor, updates hydraulic hoses and does major maintenance $2,800. Total: $6,000. Let's look at the cumulative total for 6 years. Mike spent $900 plus $11,900 plus $13,100 plus $14,900. Total: $40,800 for the entire fleet. Tom spent $3,200 plus $16,000 plus $4,500 plus $6,600 plus $5,400 plus $6,000. Total: $41,700. Look what's happening. Mike has almost caught up to Tom in expenses. And his equipment was new, should have been more reliable. The difference has practically disappeared. 7th year brings interesting discoveries. Mike's equipment is 7 years old. Manufacturers have released new model lines. The old ones, which his machines belong to, have been discontinued. Some parts are getting more expensive and less available. A rare hydraulic cooling pump breaks on the combine. We need to order it, will arrive in 2 weeks, says the dealer. 2 weeks in the middle of harvest. Renting another combine $3,000. The part itself with installation $4,200. The tractor's transmission control unit fails a specific electronic part for $4,500. Service another $3,500. Total: $15,200 for the 7th year, including forced rental. Tom has a different story. His equipment is 12 and 10 years old respectively. These are mature, time-tested models. Parts are plentiful everywhere, prices are affordable. When the fuel pump breaks on the combine, Joe finds an aftermarket part at a salvage yard for $400 instead of $1,200 for original. On the tractor, replaces worn steering bushings $800 with labor. For the 7th year, Tom spends $6,300 on both machines. Expenses are stable, predictable, no surprises. 8th year. Mike realizes the bitter truth: his equipment is technologically obsolete. New combines on the market are 30% more fuel efficient. New tractors have advanced precision farming systems. His machines are no longer technologically competitive, even though they are only 8 years old. Yet they are still complex and expensive to maintain. The combine's cabin control panel is replaced $3,800, a specific electronic part. The tractor requires turbo replacement $5,200. Plus regular maintenance on both machines $4,000. Total: $13,000 for the year. Tom calmly maintains his fleet. The combine requires replacement of several sensors and hoses $2,800. The tractor undergoes major hydraulic maintenance $3,400. Total: $6,200. Yes, the equipment is also technologically obsolete, but it's simpler. Simpler to fix, simpler to maintain, cheaper parts. Cumulative total for 8 years. Mike: $40,800 plus $15,200 plus $13,000. Total: $69,000. Tom: $41,700 plus $6,300 plus $6,200. Total: $54,200. The difference has shrunk to $15,000. And the trend continues: Mike's equipment is getting more expensive to maintain. 9th year. Both sides understand time to upgrade the fleet soon. Mike studies the market. His 9-year-old combine with 7,000 engine hours is worth about $130,000 to $150,000. The tractor of the same age with 4,000 hours about $110,000 to $125,000. But it's too early to sell. Need to squeeze out a couple more seasons. For the 9th year, maintenance and repairs on both machines cost $14,200. Lots of small things, lots of consumables, everything's getting more expensive. Tom is also weighing options. His combine is 14 years old, worth about $50,000 to $60,000. The tractor is 12 years old, $70,000 to $80,000 on the market. But the equipment is working, too early to replace. For the 9th year, invest $7,400 in both machines. 10th year, 2026. Final year of the experiment. Mike decides to sell after harvest. Before selling, gets the equipment in order. The combine requires cosmetic improvements and worn parts replacement for $1,500. Paints and cleans the tractor $3,000. Seasonal maintenance on both machines another $4,000. Total $11,500 for the last year. Sells the combine for $140,000. The tractor goes for $115,000. Both machines are 10 years old, decent hours, but in good condition. Tom is also preparing to sell. Invests $4,000 in pre-sale preparation of both machines, plus regular service $3,000. Total $7,000. The 15-year-old combine sells for $55,000. The 13-year-old tractor for $75,000. So here it is. Mike. Purchase of new fleet $770,000 for both machines. Maintenance and repairs over 10 years. $69,000 plus $14,200 plus $11,500. Total $94,700. Total expenses $864,700. Minus sale of combine for $140,000 and tractor for $115,000, total $255,000 in proceeds. Net costs $609,700 for 10 years of fleet ownership. Tom. Purchase of used fleet $400,000. Maintenance and repairs $54,200 plus $7,400 plus $7,000. Total $68,600. Total expenses $468,600. Minus sale of combine for $55,000 and tractor for $75,000, total $130,000 in proceeds. Net costs $338,600 for 10 years. The difference $609,700 minus $338,600. That's $271,100. Tom saved $271,000 over 10 years on 2 units of equipment. That's $27,000 a year in pure savings. But let's add what's not immediately obvious. Fuel. Mike's new equipment is more fuel efficient. The combine use is 20% less, the tractor 15% less diesel thanks to modern engines. With average consumption of 300 gallons for the combine and 500 for the tractor per season, the savings amount to about 130 gallons per year. At $3 per gallon, $390 annually. Over 10 years, that's $3,900. Insurance. New equipment is insured at significantly higher rates. The difference is about $1,500 a year for both machines. Over 10 years, Mike overpaid $15,000. Downtime. Critical factor. Mike's combine and tractor combined were down for repairs for 11 days over 10 years. Tom's equipment 21 days. Difference. 10 days. 1 day of downtime during a critical period costs at least $3,000, either lost harvest, or rental replacement, or lost opportunity. Tom lost an additional $30,000 in downtime. Let's add up the hidden factors. Mike saved $3,900 on fuel and $30,000 gained from less downtime. Lost $15,000 on insurance. Net benefit $18,900. Adjusting the final difference. $271,100 minus $18,900 equals $252,200. Tom is still ahead by $250,000 over 10 years. $25,000 a year in savings on a fleet of 2 machines. But there are other options many people don't think about. Imagine Farmer Dave. He buys a new combine, operates 3 years under warranty, sells while it's still worth good money, takes the next new one. Same scheme with the tractor. Constant renewal. Combine for $450,000. 3 years of minimal expenses. Sale for $350,000. Loss. $100,600. Repeats 3 times over 9 years, $301,800 in losses on combines. Tractor for $320,000. 3 years of ownership. Sale for $260,000. Loss. $60,600. 3 times over 9 years, $181,800 on tractors. Total losses over 9 years, $483,600. Expensive, but in return always the latest equipment, minimum headaches, maximum productivity. Or buy 3 to 4 year old equipment, use 5-6 years, sell. Catch the balance between depreciation and repairs. Each strategy for its own situation. Let's put all options together. Buying a new fleet, owning 10 years. Net costs $609,700. Minimum problems in early years, then escalating expenses. Psychological comfort. Latest technology. Buying a used fleet, owning 10 years. Net costs $338,600. Savings of $252,200. More hassle with repairs, but stable expenses. Constant renewal every 3 years. About $500,000 over 9 years. Always fresh equipment, but maximum depreciation. The cheapest path, buying proven used equipment for cash. The difference is almost double compared to buying a new fleet. But remember, these numbers are averaged. For some, new equipment will be the right choice. If you have a huge operation where every day of downtime is critical, the reliability of a new fleet outweighs the price difference. If you're a young farmer building a business from scratch, used equipment for cash is your path to financial freedom. If you're approaching retirement, why do you need expensive new equipment for 10 years? Here's your checklist for the decision. Buy new if. Large operation where downtime is catastrophic, can afford the depreciation, need latest technology for competitive advantage, have excellent financing. Buy used if. Count every dollar, have a reliable mechanic, can pay cash, not chasing the latest features, willing to understand the equipment. When checking used equipment, look at actual engine hours, engine and hydraulic condition, service history, parts availability, model reputation. Red flags. Mismatch between hours and wear, no maintenance documents, fresh paint hiding defects, suspiciously low price. Maximize residual value. Keep full documentation, store indoors, wash after work, do maintenance on schedule, fix small things immediately. Let's return to Mike and Tom. Both made the right choice for themselves. Mike valued peace of mind. For him, $250,000 over 10 years was the price of absence of stress and headaches. He planned his work, wasn't afraid of breakdowns, slept soundly. Tom was willing to tinker for savings. That same $250,000 he invested in expansion, bought additional land that now brings income. For him, it was a smart financial move. There's no universal answer. There's your situation, your goals, your capabilities. But now you know the real numbers. You know the hidden costs of different types of equipment. You know where to look. And you can make an informed decision based on math, not emotions or a salesman's words. Farming is a business. And in business, those who can't carefully win. If this breakdown was helpful, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more honest numbers from farm life. Good harvests and smart investments.